The looming Trump presidency casting a shadow over the APEC summit in Peru as world leaders gather to bid farewell to President Joe Biden and chart the way forward. Well, for more on the APEC summit, we're joined now by Professor Shandre Thangavelu, head of the Jeffrey Cheah Institute on Southeast Asia at Sunway University. Professor, thank you very much for your time this Friday. So this is the first international gathering since the U.S. election. It's clear the impending Trump presidency is going to be top of mind for many of the leaders here. How do you think his return to the White House will affect the tone of discussions?
I believe, thank you, Teresa. It's nice to be here. The Trump election will change quite a bit from globalization and regional integration perspective. Under Biden, there was more pushback, more strategic alliances, and a move away from trade-based or rule-based trading arrangement through the strategic alliance like the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework and also with the CHIP Act. So for the last 4 years or so, there is a little bit of stalemate in large multilateral agreements and multilateral forums like APEC, RCEP, even CPTPP. So with Trump coming back, we're going to see a little bit more transparency in terms of more market-based trading arrangements and less of the strategic alliances. I think Trump will likely to dismantle the CHIP Act and maintain the protectionism in more rule-based trading area, which ASEAN members and East Asian members prefer a more rule-based trading arrangement rather than a strategic alliances itself. So there's a little bit more excitement now with Trump than with Biden.
So this is Trump's second time around. The world is more familiar with his style, his policy plans than the first time he was elected. Professor, how better prepared are countries in Asia specifically to handle American protectionism, do you think?
I think we are much more better, in a better place. There are a lot of new technologies we are handling now, and we have more focal points on key emerging issues to discuss, such as digitalization, artificial intelligence, our digital economic framework. And also, we are moving into the green economy and the green trade. New kind of standards, new kind of regulations will emerge, new kind of discussions into new kind of laws and regulation for artificial intelligence will emerge. So East Asia and particularly ASEAN Secretariat is fairly prepared to engage in these new kind of areas, which will be the phase that I believe Trump, together with China and Russia and Japan, will be defining the new global frontier itself.
You mentioned China. I want to take our conversation there now. President Xi is going to be busy. He's going to open a majority Chinese-owned megaport, sign a strengthened FTA with Peru, also meet world leaders who are part of alliances that Biden had built. What is China's strategy now? Is it to chip away at U.S. alliances ahead of Trump's return?
I think from a global perspective and trade perspective, as long as these arrangements are done from a rule-based trading area and rule-based and adopting the best practices and very transparent manner, it helps businesses itself. So end of the day, all these free trade agreements and the mega arrangements that have been done have more of a trade dimension. Having said that, the political economy does play an important role. So the political dimension will come with Trump in how you're going to manage the more stronger China emerging with technology, more resources, and even more defense and technologies itself. Mm-hmm. So there will be some strategic alliances from a political point of view. But from a trade perspective, we want more rule-based, more clearer, transparent, rule-based trading arrangements.
We know this is likely President Biden's last chance to meet many world leaders in his official capacity as president. And we know one highly anticipated meeting is that with President Xi of China on the sidelines of this summit. What do you expect the two men will talk about?
I think from what I believe, Biden and Chinese Premier would likely be a very simple diplomatic meeting. I think China is now preparing more to engage Trump and with more deregulation that's going to come with Trump already announcing that he's going to have the government efficiency that's going to be driven by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, which will be quite interesting to see, which means that regulation not only within US, but also deregulating and liberalizing many of the CHIP Act and many of the strategic alliances they had. So which basically means that we're going to move in new areas of negotiation, new areas of potential trade into technology, into green economy. I think China will be preparing to discuss those things with Trump rather than with Biden. Biden has been more restrictive in terms of global trade than Trump.
That'll be interesting to see. Before we let you go, clearly there's a lot to tackle, a lot on the table at this summit, and the agenda includes things like energy transition financing, emerging technologies as well. What area, Professor, do you expect to see the most progress or deliverables?
I think the key deliverables will be more in terms of digital technology. So we are pushing the digital framework and digital technology from ASEAN perspective. And we have the Singapore, Australia, or even ASEAN digital framework itself. So we're going to push that strongly with EU and also with US. So now US does not have a major multilateral platform for us to engage other than APEC and CPTPP. Even US is not in CPTPP, only in APEC. So fairly, APEC will have to play a more important role in engaging US from a multilateral setting. And there'll be more bilateral discussion with US to engage in technology, especially artificial technology, autonomous technology. And the other important progress we need to make is in electric vehicles, where China is showing a lot of dominance in electric vehicles. And that has a lot of economic and social implication itself. And that's where I think the new regulatory government driven by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will be very important for us to see how they're going to take this to the next level. So again, it's quite exciting to see the change is very different. And Trump introducing this change from a business perspective, I believe, from the people he's putting in together. So it'd be very interesting to see that dimension and a little bit more a new framework, new frontier, the technology, green, and the environmental issues will definitely come to the forefront.
A lot to watch out for. Thank you so much for your thoughts on this issue today. Thank you very much. Professor Shandre Thangavelu, head of the Jeffrey Cheah Institute on Southeast Asia at Sunway University.